Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Gersha from Technical Option Trader. Hope you guys are having a great day. So let's talk about what's going on in the market here. So as you guys can see, this is the S&P 500 chart, and we can see the daily volume, and all it consists of, and the daily price action is straight up volatility, and that's what's been happening, and that's what's leading the market right now. So overall, we can see the market try to come down here and try to bounce, and we have a gap up here, right? So market try to gap up and try to move up, but if you really look at it and understand the overall price action, it's down and it's continuing to fall aggressively, right? So because it's continuing to fall here, and every time a sell happens, it's done so with rising volume. Okay, so that's what we have to pay attention to. Right now, this pullback is happening in the sell volume. The pullback or the pushback up is on declining volume. So this is not confirming that the price action is starting to move upwards. Okay, so there's no confirmation here right now where we're just having a volatile move on an oversold or oversold conditions here in the market. So that's what we have to keep in mind, that this is not a reversal of a market of any kind, right? So today, every single sector except for commodities was green, so that's what we want to keep an eye on, and we'll get into that later on in the segment. Looking at the weekly trend on the S&P 500, we're starting to see that the price action is starting to go up here, but as you can see, this is an aggressive sell. So this is where I like to switch over to line charts, and if you guys can see, this gives me a clear area here. So as we can see here, it's very steep a down move here, right? But also on rising volume. Okay, so this move down came from rising volume. So what I want to see, so 415 is a trigger level for me. So if stock gets above 415 and I need to close above 420. So 415 is where I'm going to start watching the stock market. 420, a close above 420 is where I will look to enter for long positions. But right now, until this huge area right here that you're seeing, this is volatile. This is all volatility is what it is. We haven't seen a gap down like this in the S&P 500 for a really long time, and this price action here with gap down and gap ups is just straight up volatility, and it's very hard to make money in this market consistently because we have no way of knowing which way the market's going to go, and especially a lot of uncertainty around the Fed still exists in this market, in this current behavior. So right now, the S&P 500, the main levels that I'm watching right now, if I'm going to be bullish, is around the 420 area, but smaller levels that I'm watching is 385, a quick run up to 390, then to 400. So looking at triple Qs, same concept here on the triple Qs here, right? So I'm expecting a bounce in the triple Qs. I feel like we have too much of a one-sided move to the downside. If we do get a bullish move in triple Q, possibly it could rise up to this level right here, which is a 315. So it could be like a 10% upside move. But so far, the down moves are holding really well, right? So we had 3 gap downs and a consolidation zone here. Where the price is starting to level out here, and it's not moving up, but it's not moving down either. It's consolidating, but this is too much of a up down movement or a drastic movement in such a small area. So we can possibly be bottoming here, but there's no confirmation of that. As you can see, there's not a lot more buyers stepping in. There's nothing in the economic news that's to convince us that, hey, you know what, from here we're only gonna go up, or the Fed's gonna ease up. So tech is just under heavy pressure, and on the weekly time frame, if we look at it, we got a head and shoulder formation going on and a complete breakdown of that. So, and also on this initial sell volume started at 370, it was on rising volume, right? So rising volume and selling, and we have a pullback, and this is something that we want to keep an eye on to see how far this pullback really goes, which is starting from here. Do we stop out right here at 298? So 300 is a big level. If we get a close above 300 on the triple Qs, we can push up to 310. If we get a close below here, on the 269 or 270 level, easy target is 260. Then below that we got 240. Okay, so that's something that we want to keep our eye on on the triple Qs here. IWM had the bear flag on the weekly as well as the daily, which it was rising with. And I did mention in my previous videos that if IWM continues to go up like this, we can start to see a complete breakdown, and that's exactly what's happening. If this is a bear flag, confirmation was right here, this entry, then you can see the selling, and now we're just getting volatile movements, right? So IWM has tested this gap fill. If you guys watch my previous videos, I talk about this gap fill. It's possible now If we get a price acceptance, meaning IWM starts to stay below 190 and stays below 180, so these two ranges here, it will start to move lower eventually, and it will go towards 142 is what I see IWM going towards. But this is a slow grind down after a distribution. So public participation happened. We have distribution. Now we have a stage 4 breakdown of a trend in IWM. We'll see if this keeps up or if we start to go sideways from here. Dow Jones, we have come down to test this level. So we have tested the 2019 level on Dow Jones, okay? The 2019 level was right here at 295, okay? So 295 level here bounce and a bounce from here. We can see a complete breakdown. If it does close below this price, which is around 295, we can go and test this level right here, which is 288 and 285. Okay, so this is a level that we can go and test. So this is something that we want to keep our eye on and to see what happens here. But right now, Dow Jones is completely breaking down on a smaller time frame. If I'm looking for an upside trade, I want to see a break above 312. 312 rush to 322 would be a quick 10-point move to the upside. To the downside, if it breaks below 295, we can easily get a break to 285. Okay, so that's the Dow Jones here. Gold itself is consolidating right now in this upper range. It's trying to hold its levels here, but it's not. I feel like it's going to go back down and test a 164. If it loses a 164 support, we're going all the way down to 157. So these are big levels on gold that need to be held. Otherwise, we're going to continue to fall and fall aggressively. Gold is supposed to be in hedge right now in this inflationary market. It doesn't look like that's the case right now. It is holding a higher level. We do need to get above 180 and push to maybe 185. But VIX, on the other hand, right? VIX is just consolidating in this range right here. It's not really breaking down. Sorry, I use VXX is what I use. So VIX popped up again here today after going down. So VIX is something that we want to keep our eyes on. If VIX continues to pop, that could be a problematic for the market. It's still holding this level. I want to see VIX get below 20. And that would be a positive news, or not positive. That would be confirmation that the market could start to bottom here, and this could be a good opportunity to enter some long positions as long as we get a close. It can't touch 20 and bounce. It needs to close below 20 and continue to hold that level with resistance. Okay, so overall, the market, if we look at the sectors, every single sector has been wrecked. If we look at energy was up quite a bit. Energy has been killed and energy has been corrected very nicely. But if we look at it on the daily, the selling volume on energy has picked up like it picked up here on the buying side, right? So profit taking is going on heavy in energy right now. So this is a top I'm looking to see in energy on the short term. So that's something I want to focus on. XOP, same thing. Oil and gas, semiconductors are looking like they want to bounce, but once again, head and shoulder. This is semiconductors have tested levels that were tested back in summer of 2020. A nice move up, and looks like we want to correct. But we don't know how much more we're going to correct from here, right? So if we take all these sectors into consideration, most sectors are down. If most sectors are down and they continue to break down, what is the chance that S&P 500 is going to bounce, right? So S&P 500, in order for it to bounce, the sectors have to go up. And so right now the sectors are not holding. Even look at XLF is looking to break down. So that's something we want to keep our eyes on and stay tuned to. And we'll see what happens here. All right, guys. This was my cover for the day. If you guys like what I do, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.